I got a call. Sorry, I got a call. But if you want it to be negative, if you want it to be hurt and pain, then baby, that's what it's going to be. It's your job to train your mind. It's your job to train your heart. It's your job. It's not mine. It's not God's. It's not anyone else's. It is your job to figure out how you're supposed to move in this season for your life. Stop allowing life to beat you up so bad. And I'm not saying it don't hurt. I'm not saying that someone dying doesn't hurt. I'm not saying that someone breaking your heart doesn't hurt. I'm not saying that life can't be hard. I'm not saying that if you found out that you have a sickness that it's not painful. I'm not saying that, if you lose your job or if it's hard to make ends meet. I'm not saying that being a single father or a single mother isn't hard. I'm not saying any of that, baby. You are right. You are justified and validated in feeling the way you feel. But at the end of the day, if it's your lot, what is it that you're going to do with it? You're stronger than you think you are. And the only reason you feel like you're not strong is because of conditioning. What have you conditioned your mind to think? Who have you allowed in your space to help you condition yourself to feel the way you feel or think the way you think? Take control of who you are and what you own and do something about it. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I promise. I hope that you're hearing the heart and the genuine sensitivity that I have for this, because it's paining me and it's grieving our God that people are literally choosing to opt out of this thing rather than to fight through. It's grieving him, because this is not the plan. I mean, it is the plan, but this is not how he would love it to go. We have so much in us, so much for us, ahead of us. And if we could just wake up every day and choose to fight for it. Man, I don't know. But y'all, I'm not coming to you as a person with a platform or like a pastor or a leader or a celebrity person. I'm not coming to y'all from that perspective. I'm literally coming to you guys as a human to human, someone who understands. Do you know the life that I've had from my dad did not want to be a father. I didn't make it a year before he wanted a DNA test with my mom. And even though he got one and was put on child support, he still didn't want to have a relationship. Then we get to 6 years old, where I was molested for 4 years, which caused and created so much stuff inside of me that I had to figure out and deal with on my own as a kid. Then being the oldest of 8 kids, which means I have no life. And I had to figure out, I was pushed to be an adult as a kid. So I didn't really have a childhood, which then when I got to be by myself as an adult, quote unquote, 18, going to college, put me in so many different places. Started prostituting, started becoming a sex addict. Come on. Then from there, experiencing things that I never thought I would experience. Having anger issues, having all of these things that I had to fight through, putting myself in relationships because I wanted to feel loved, didn't realize that love didn't come from other people, but it came from God and myself. And it took me years to figure out, even though the Walls group started in 2010, I was on that stage fighting for my life, attempted suicide 3 times because I wanted out. of this thing that God said was supposed to be my life. If I have gotten out of here at 18, if I would have gotten out of here at 22, if I would have gotten out of here at 28, I wouldn't have seen the man that I am today. I wouldn't have seen it. I wouldn't have seen me. And I like me. I like who I am today. I love what I have seen prosper in me. I love what has manifested out and in me. I love it all. I love what I'm seeing around me. Is life perfect? Hell no. It's not. But I'd rather have seen this imperfect day, this imperfect time, than ended my life at that one. If I'd have known what I know now, then I wouldn't have attempted the 3 times I've attempted. Yes, even with the hardships and the things that I experienced, even with the heartbreaks that I experienced, even with the things I put myself through, I still would have chosen to keep going. And I'm just 31, 32 in a few months. Do you think I'm going to forfeit the rest of my future because life don't look good right now? If I look back and see what God has done for me years past, and I'm going through a little situation right now, 45 is about to be lit. It has to be. 35 it has to be, man, 32, 33, 34. Next week probably going to be better than last year. I'd rather stay here, figure it out, and see what God has for me later than to give up right here in this. This ain't how I want to go out. I don't want to end it here. That don't make no sense. I admonish you. I'm begging you. I hope y'all can hear my heart. To get out of your mind. Take your thoughts captive. And get out of your mind. And get into real relationship with God. And start healing. Go to therapy. Start healing. I don't have the money for therapy. There are programs. There are places that you can go. And if you can't get there right now, I need you to open up your mouth and talk to somebody that you love and that you trust. We need you. And I know that kind of sounds selfish. But it's not a selfish thing. It's really for you to see the value in you. You are needed. You are needed. Please don't let go. Please don't give up. Somebody needs your story. Somebody needs to know that they're not the only one thinking like you're thinking. Somebody needs to know that they're not the only one feeling like you're feeling. That if you keep waking up every day, some of you have children who need to know that there's a way to get out of this. That when they get to your age, that they can make it too. Shoo. Some of you have nieces and nephews who are living with parents who don't see it the way they need you. You need you. 35-year-old you needs you. 45-year-old you needs you. 55-year-old you needs you. I love y'all. And I don't say it just to say it. I do. I used to say that I hated people. And I would say it quick. Because I didn't understand the nature of people. I didn't understand why people were the way they were. Until God started dealing with me. And I started unpacking why I was the way that I was. And then I understood that everybody is just a sum total of their experiences. And if a person is a certain type of way, it's because of the experiences that they've had made them this way. And so I speak out of, or I now empathize because I understand that they just had a life that they were not prepared for or that they didn't ask for. And they're just trying to figure it out. Every one of us, I don't care how evil or how amazing that they are in your eyes, has a story that you don't know about. Battling things that you don't know about. Dealing with things that you don't know about. My grandmother would always say, no matter how bad your life or your situation is, somebody has something worse going on and you don't know about it. The person next to you literally could be going through something way worse than you are. Be grateful for your lot because it could be worse. Not diminishing what you're dealing with, but it really could be worse. Darrel, what's worse than this? Baby, it could be worse. So I pray that God is tugging on you and that you go find him today. Spend some time with him today. Please know that you are loved. Please know that. Okay? All right. Peace.